Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's the 31st of August 2022, last day of the month, and if you're grabbing your paycheck today, congratulations. Spend it wisely, or maybe just spend it, whichever you're in the mood to do. What's happening in the news? Well, I see the death of Mikhail Gorbachev. Those of us old enough to remember, and that includes you, probably most of my audience, will remember him. I will say, I don't know whether to say fondly or not, but anyway, certainly will remember him. Certainly, he changed and brought about the end of the Soviet Union. I I have said on this channel before that in the 1980s I was in control of. That's not right. I was a group organizer, helper, really, for a local anti-nuclear movement, and we had people of all political persuasions. Actually from right to left. Even there were some right wingers involved. Not extreme right, of course, but I mean, just general Tories or whatever, right across the spectrum, right across to a couple of ancient, when I say ancient, I mean like in their, I shouldn't say this, in their late 80s, I think, communists who have been communists their whole lives. And I remember them going to, they saved up and finally they got a trip to go to Russia. And when they came back, they were so disillusioned. I remember them, they'd been taken in by propaganda over the years, and they were really hoping that Russia would have, the Soviet Union, would have done so many great things. They'd read about the healthcare and stuff like that. But when they actually got there and managed to speak to people, which they did, they managed to kind of escape their guard, I want to call it, chaperone, let's say. They managed to talk to people and stuff like that. They found that the people were really disappointed, and none of the promises of socialism that had been made had really come to fruition. And of course, the reasons for that are, historical, and the leaders that they put in place, Lenin, Stalin, etc. Really not having a communist system at all, of course, just some kind of authoritarian system. And so they really turned against the Soviet Union in their 80s, even though they'd been kind of supporters for all their lives, basically, or most of their lives, I should say. And so a lot of their lives. I can't say most of their lives. I'm not sure that's true, but anyway. And then Gorbachev came into power, and clearly the Soviet Union at that time was really failing, absolutely failing. The system was really crumbling, couldn't be sustained any further. It was just not possible of continuing on, I think, at that stage. And so he introduced glasnost. Do you remember glasnost, that openness idea, which I thought was brilliant and amazing, because I thought it would give the people a chance to speak, and that would make them happier, etc., etc. It gave the people a chance to speak, and they said how unhappy they were. Now, of course, the West was very Machiavellian in all this as well. Remember, there were dissidents and stuff like that, but those were often just right-wingers supported by Western governments who really, messed around with Russian politics, much like Russians are doing with America right now. The Americans did a lot against the Soviet Union in those days as well. There aren't any good guys around, are there? And then came perestroika, which was the restructuring that they tried to introduce, and that didn't really work. And the Soviet Union really fell apart, right? But had it been held together, had it been forcibly held together? I mean, this is the question, right? I mean, it's certainly such a huge geographical mass with peoples of different ethnicities and stuff like that. It can be difficult to consolidate into a country. I think he'd really hoped it would be something like a European Union of, conglomeration of, I guess, the Russian Federation, right? Federation states, etc. But it didn't really work out like that, I guess. And then, of course, in came Yeltsin. After Gorbachev, in came Yeltsin. Yeltsin was, by the way, Gorbachev was not particularly popular in Russia, partly because they felt like he'd lost the empire. Now, I have no idea about British people after empire. I mean, I'm an old man, but I don't remember the British Empire really. So I can't really say how people's attitudes to it were at the end of empire. Did they feel, oh, we should have, continued ruling India, etc., etc.? I have no idea. But anyway, certainly nationalists in Russia despised him because he'd given up their land stuff, and really he's almost the absolute opposite of Putin, right? Putin is an expansionist, wants to go back to the old Soviet Union, and control other vassal states and things like that. I think Gorbachev really the opposite. So maybe not fondly remembered in Russia, especially amongst nationalists. But I have a feeling that over a longer period of time, they will look back on him quite favourably, because really he was more of a realist than anything else, I think. Okay, history lesson finished. Shall we get on with today's medium level Sudoku puzzle? I should probably just jump straight in, shouldn't I, rather than explaining the rules, because I've spent such a long time chatting, and I say I'm about to jump straight in, but I actually don't have any easy numbers. Oh yes, I do. I've got one. I was going to say I don't have any easy numbers for you, but I do actually. We have 4s blocking across these 2 rows and a 4 blocking down here, so that's going to give us a 4 in that square there. Now, something I do see is this. This is a kind of New York Times hard level puzzle type of a solution idea, trick I should say, something like that. Now, those of you playing a medium level Guardian, don't expect any kind of tricks like this because they're not normally necessary for this kind of puzzle, but I should just show you anyway, so it might be useful when you upgrade or move up a level. We have a 1 and a 3 blocking down here, we have a 1 and a 3 blocking across here. So 2 numbers in a column and 2 numbers in a row, which puts 1 and 3 into these 2 squares here. We know that these have to be 1 and 3. Now, knowing that, we now know these 2 numbers cannot contain 1 and 3. They must contain 8 and 9, and so we have a 9 blocking here. So we know that is our 9 and that is our 8. But unusual to have to do that kind of thing in a medium level Guardian. Anyway, let us continue. I think it's medium level. It's Wednesday, isn't it? I forgot to check actually. I assume it's medium level. It's not hard. Hard level comes on Thursday and Friday, and medium level today, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, I'm gonna click on the digits sequentially, so making it a bit easier to see what I need to see. He said, hopefully. Well, this is certainly atypical. There we go. 5 blocking up these 2 columns and a 5 blocking across here, so we'll place a 5 here. Now also, we happen to have ourselves 5 blocking this square, 5 blocking this square, 5 blocking this square, 5 blocking this square, I'm running out of breath, and 5 blocking this square, so that's going to put a 5 right at the top of that column there. Oh, this is very barren really for a Guardian medium level. It's normally much easier than this. 8 goes here. I'm not saying it's going to be a really tough game or anything, but I'm just saying it's normally more generous than this at the beginning. 8s go here. 9 blocking. Maybe it's one of those games that leads you along a particular path. You know, you only have one direction to go in. Those are games that I often enjoy. I must admit, 9 blocking across here and across here puts a 9 into that square there. Six blocking across here puts a 6 into that square there. The missing numbers here are 5 and 7. Can't tell which is which, but we can tell that this is going to be a 1. 1 up here, or 1 down here, or 1 across these 2 rows. So that's 1 there. Sorry, missing digits here are what? 2 and 7. No, we don't know which is which just yet. Okay. Four across these rows, 4 going up here, that's 4 then. Six across these rows and 6 going up there, so that's 6. Still only got 1 7 on the board. Okay, I think I'm just about running out of this technique of looking one bit by bit. Oh, hang on, no, not quite out of it yet, because now we've got 4 here, 4 blocking this square, 4 blocking this square, 4 blocking this square, 4 blocking this square here, and 4 blocking this square here, so that gives us a 4 there, so we haven't quite run out yet. One across here, 1 up here, and 1 up here, so that's a 1 we can place, and then 1 across these 2 rows gives me a 1 here. Then the 1 blocking down puts a 1 here and a 3 into that square. 3 up, 3 down, so 3 appears in that square there. Only 1 digit to get to complete this column. It looks to be a 7 to me, so I'll try it, and lo and behold, it is a 7, and now the 8 blocks across here, so that gives us an 8 in that square, and the missing digits are 4 and 9. We've got blocking 9 up here, we've also got blocking 4 down here, so either way you look at it, 9 there, 4 there, 4 across here, 4 across here, places 4 in that square. Let's look over here, what's missing. We still need 3, we still need 7 and 9. 3, 7, 9, we've got a couple of 9s blocking those squares, so 9 appears here. Now we're looking for 3 and 7, and we've got an intersecting 3 up here, so 3 goes there, 7 goes there, 3 blocking down here, 3 blocking up here, 3 blocking across here, 3 is in that square. Missing numbers here are 2 and 8, I think. We've got an intersecting 2, so 2 must appear here. 8, you will go there whether you want to or not. Do as you're told. Missing digits in this row is 7 and 9. Okay, now we've got a blocking 9 from down here, so in with the 9, in with the 7. And there's not much more to go now, is there? I've forgotten what's missing down here, 5 and 7, so then this has got to be 5 and 7 as well, following our normal Sudoku logic. So it can't be 5, can it? So that means the 5 must go there, the 7 must be there, and the 7, of course, will be in that square. 2 numbers missing from this column, which are 6 and 8. And I don't know which is which. Okay, so 2 missing numbers from here are 2 and what? 2 and 5. Okay, so we can do that. We've got 5's blocking across here actually, so 5 goes there, and 2 will complete the column. Right, not much more. Not much more. So let's re-examine over here. I've forgotten now. Missing numbers are 2 and 6. Nope, can't get them. Missing numbers here are 7 and 9. No, 7 and 8. I think 7 and 8. Nope, can't get those. Oh, okay. So it looks like we're all down to this middle block here. Let's have a look at this row here first. This might be useful. We don't have 2, we don't have 6, and we don't have 8. 2, 6, and 8 are missing from these squares. We've got a blocking 2 here, 6 and the 8 go in these 2 squares. So here we've got a blocking 6 only, and here we've got a blocking 8 only. So that didn't work. Those are pairs, and they are not naked. There aren't any naked pairs there. Okay, let's do the time warp again. 1, 2. Oh, here we go. 3 blocking across these rows, and 3 blocking up here. 3 fits there. 3 goes up there. 3 goes there, and the last number to get here is a 2, I think. 2 blocking down here. Here's a 2, here's 7. 7 up, 7 down, 7 across, 7 in, 7 out, 7 up there, final 7 there. Okay. Right, now we really almost have finished the game. Nothing difficult to follow now for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're looking for an 8 in this column. And we have our 8 blocking across here and 8 blocking down here. That gives us an 8 there. 8 across here puts an 8 here, and 6 is the final digit there. 1 number to complete this row. Are you a 2? I think you are. And last number here is a 6. 6 blocking across there means this must be a 6. Almost done. We're missing a 2, so the 2 blocks down here, that is where the 2 goes. And to finish today's game, I think it's a 9. Okay, so a medium level game. Yeah, I think it was a medium level game. Quite often they're just easy games, but I tend to think that was a medium level. Kind of made you walk around a little bit, and included one New York Times style trick. I'm not sure if that was essential, maybe that was unnecessary, but anyway, at least you've seen it now if you've never played that game yet. If you haven't played it yet, come on and watch later. We play the New York Times hard level Sudoku puzzles most days of the week. Bye bye.